Hello people, welcome to Millionaire Nation. Today we will know how the US dollar became the global currency.
The US dollar.
US dollar.
The US dollar.
The US dollar fell because a new survey showed that manufacturing activity in America had slumped.
Chipping away now at the US dollar, trying to replace the US dollar with the yuan. Now,
so the US dollar strength, we see this coming to an end. And also, I think in euro dollar, we have already seen
that we could see a firmer number, and that's got a little bit of dollar strength, and potentially what that could do is set the stage to
The roots of the US dollar's global dominance can be traced back to the early days of European colonialism. In the 16th and 17th centuries, European powers such as Spain, Portugal, and the Netherlands were actively exploring and colonizing new territories in search of wealth and resources. These expeditions were costly affairs, requiring large amounts of capital to finance. To raise funds, European monarchs began issuing bonds, which they sold to investors in exchange for money. These bonds were essentially promised to pay back the investor at a later date with interest. They were often denominated in a specific currency, such as the Spanish real or the Dutch guilder. As the European powers continued to expand their empires, their currencies became increasingly important in international trade. However, the tide began to turn in the early 20th century. The First World War had devastating economic consequences. The war also marked the beginning of the end for many of the European colonial powers as they struggled to maintain their empires in the face of rising nationalism and anti-colonial sentiment. Into this uncertain world stepped the United States. By the end of the First World War, the U.S. had emerged as a major economic power with a rapidly expanding industrial base and a growing financial sector. The U.S. dollar was already widely used in international trade, and American investors were eager to lend money to European nations needing funds to rebuild after the war. This war gave a huge push to the United Nations economy. As all the countries have taken loans from the USA demanded that they repay the loan in USD itself, whether the USD price inflates. So in 1944, representatives from 44 nations gathered in Bretton Woods to hammer out the details of a new system that would replace the global currency. Then Bretton Woods Agreement was made and established the US dollar as the world's reserve currency. With this agreement, it is stated that all international transactions happening with the USA will happen in US dollars. This gave a huge push for the dollar price compared to any other currencies in the world because a country's international reserves would be in US dollar format, which was some billions of dollars. Now let us know how the US government is making the dollar stronger and stronger and increasing its value. Number 1, SWIFT ecosystem. Number 2, inflation and interest rates. Before that, if you have watched this far, thank you from the bottom of our hearts. If you think we are worth your time, please click that subscribe button to boost our confidence and provide you with more exciting content like this. Also, click that like button so that YouTube understands that you're liking our content. Let us get back to our point. SWIFT ecosystem is used to transfer money between countries. Let us take an example. If a country from Africa wants to send money to a European country, it can't send directly because there is no price matching between the South African rand and the European euro or pound. So first, they convert their money into US dollar and send the money to countries' bank accounts in United States. Then United States government will set the rate for the euro or pound and send the money to European countries. As the US dollar is a global currency, they will accept this money. This is how international trade will happen in USD. The US government can also use the SWIFT ecosystem as a weapon to financially destabilize a country. We have seen the same case with Russia. When Russia declared war on Ukraine, the US government stopped access of Russia to the SWIFT network, so Russia couldn't make its international trades with any other countries, which had a huge impact on its financial situation. Second, interest and inflation rates. Government has the power to control inflation and interest rates in the country. The US government can increase inflation by stopping the printing of dollars in the country, which brings more value to the dollar due to its abundance, so the dollar price increase in the international market. All the countries which are in debt to US government should settle their debt in US dollar currency. So due to its price increase, their debt also increases because they need to convert their local currency into dollars and then pay the debt to US. This increases their debt day by day. You can also see in the above graph the demand for the dollar has been increasing, so the government of the United States has full control over the dollar price. This is the main advantage that US has in the international finance. Now let's know how other countries are tackling this situation of US supremacy. India took a major step and introduced its own SWIFT-like financial system called UPI, Unified Payment Interface. Countries like UAE, Oman, Saudi Arabia, Malaysia, and France are already part of this system. They are using Indian currency as international currency rather than US dollar. This was a major downstrike for the US because it lost its huge market in Arab countries. India has introduced UPI to weaken the United Nations' dominance in international trade and to protect its country's reserve if any clash happens with the USA and its international trade gets blocked. Many countries are showing interest in joining the network of the India for international payments so that they can reduce US dominance in international finance. That's all for today. Also, if you want to know how your bank accounts are at risk in the United States, please click on this hand-picked video just for you. Thanks for taking the time.